And then we haven't even talked about the real topic of conversation here.
The goaltending?
The goaltending.
Where would that rank, the Detroit game, in terms of goaltending?
That was the worst goaltended game I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 goalie pulls
in
one game. We saw all 4 goalies play. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. A 10-7 game. It was a lot of fun. It was quite interesting because the NHL's big marquee national broadcast in the U.S. event that went on took a backseat to the Toronto Maple Leafs playing the Detroit Red Wings, who are not in a playoff spot. Oh my God.
But the funny thing is, I think they just accept that, when they put this is a little off topic, these outdoor games on, they just accept that it's not for Canada, right?
Yeah.
No Leafs fan is watching. I don't care what outdoor game it is. Yeah. It could be Tampa, Florida. It could be.
Why
Tampa,
would you waste
Colorado?
marketing dollars on Canada if all the Canadian teams are going to be playing on that in that time slot?
But also if you didn't like that game, relax. No, actually relax. Sure, was it a playoff style? No,
not at all.
Was it still fun?
Yes.
Was it stressful? Yes. Okay, it was stressful. I get it if you're a Leafs fan, but oh my God, our goalies,
especially if you had the puck line.
Oh wow, that is a roller coaster.
Yes.
But let's talk Jack Campbell.
It's his save percent. I mean, Matt Murray kind of got lit up tonight, but someone pointed out to me going into tonight's game, Matt Murray had an overall season-long save percentage that was higher than Jack Campbell. He was at 920. Jack Campbell is currently at 917.
Mm-hmm. We've started to bring this up over the last couple weeks of his save percentage since this day has been bad. Now it's very obvious to everyone that he's been bad. Mm-hmm. I think this is maybe a galaxy brain thing of me to say, but remember we talked about when he'd play well and they'd lose 2-1.
Yeah.
And he'd say, it's on me. I should have stopped all those. He is holding himself to such an unrealistic standard there that when he actually does play like crap that he has, you can see it. He's looking to the stars for help after every goal. His body language isn't good.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
The thing is, Jack Campbell has played well in stretches, but we talk about this all the time. Goaltending is so hard to predict. Even Carey Price, Sergei Bobrovsky, they all go through up and down stretches. He's never experienced that because he's never been a starter. He's never been asked to play. Mm-hmm. So there's 2 ways I want to take this. One, he's got to learn how to do that if he wants to be a starter. Oh, yeah. But 2, I think we got to give him a chance still. I'm not ready to give up on him yet.
Yeah.
Let him show that he can bounce back.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. The year's not over yet, obviously, but it's gotten a little ugly. You know what? This is why we got Peter Mrazek.
Exactly.
But Peter Mrazek's also not playing that well. It's just frustrating.
To be fair, he's been okay.
Washington.
I'm gonna throw out the Detroit game because imagine how hard that is coming in.
It's very, very up and down as a goaltender.
Yeah.
Either it goes one way or the other.
Yeah.
And you can't control it because you have been doing no activity for several hours in a row, and then you are just tossed into an NHL game.
Also,
Go get him, champ.
Also, mentally, the start of the third period, that thought never crossed Peter Mrazek's mind, at all. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later,
usually when you pull a goaltender, when you look at when they pulled Nedeljkovic for the first time, and then when they pulled Greiss that other time, they gave them the intermission to get ready, get in the right mindset. On top of that, when Washington then pulled Samsonov, they gave Vanacek a period to get ready, right? Or the intermission to get ready, which the Leafs have gotten 3 goalie pulls in the last 2 games. That's pretty impressive offensively. Yeah, just want to throw that out there.
3 in 2 games.
Yeah, Peter Mrazek in a 7-2 game then gets thrown into 5 minutes into the period. I do understand, he was probably starting to get ready after the 4th goal, where it's okay, one more and I'm probably in. And then that 5th goal was just so dog shit that it was okay, I'm in. So, yeah, he probably wasn't the most ready. And then I think the first shot on goal went in. It was a tip. That's never fun. I don't like how the goalie just goes in and they don't get any warm-up shots. I know it would look ridiculous, but just as a goalie, That would help me out so much. But whatever, this isn't a goalie league. But like, I don't know. I didn't think Mrazek was that bad against Washington. Like the first goal is a tip. The second goal is a slap pass. The third goal is a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also, again, this is too hard on goalies. I understand.
Right.
But when you need a save, you need a save. That's how it's going to be in the playoffs, right? He has an .895 save percentage. He's getting an opportunity now.
Yeah.
But like how Campbell's playing the last 2 months, he should be the starter right now, unquestioned.
Yeah.
If he was playing even half decent, he'd be the starter.
He earned one game.
And he
played well against the Wild.
What do you guys think of him starting tomorrow against Buffalo?
I think that's the right thing to
I like
do.
it. That's
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I think they were going to, like, if they were playing against Buffalo on Saturday, I think Peter Mrazek would have played. They did that stupid, Jack Campbell used to play minor hockey in Detroit. Let's give him this start. Like, it's his first start in Detroit ever or something. Might have been. And so that's why they let him start that one. But
it's like because
so
Mike Babcock
stupid. Who
did that thing
cares?
to Jason Spezza, we were like trying to make up for every
Yeah.
single.
Yeah.
But also, like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
In that, there's some situations where you should do right by players, but I don't know. Instead, he just got.
You mentioned the name. I just got to say it. Ben Stein pointed out Mike Babcock's U Sports team got knocked out in the first round, and they blew a lead.
Oh well, that's a shame.
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
Anyways,
If Mike Babcock was the coach, guaranteed Ben Shaw is on the Leafs right now.
100%.
ew. Anyway, Ben Shaw's not that bad, but I think the price is just
No,
way
like for
beyond.
a first and Robertson and
Yeah, it's
Liljegren
way
and-
beyond what it should be, I believe. But
So, yeah.
to get into it a little bit more, let's see how Peter Mrazek plays against Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he doesn't lay an egg. I hope it's solid, and then you give him another game.
Yeah. So the Leafs schedule right now is Sabres for this next upcoming week. Sabres Wednesday, Canucks Saturday. Then they have a back-to-back Columbus, Seattle. Jack Campbell's probably going to play one of those back-to-backs for sure.
100%,
For
yeah.
sure. And I think, like you said, if Mrazek has a good game against the Sabres, he should be in net against the Canucks. I think that'd be like a good
100%.
course of action. Yeah.
He should be
Yeah.
100%. I hope he. That's why. Let's go, Petey. Like this
Yeah.
is why we paid you 3.8 over 3.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's see it now, buddy. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Not like everything you guys said is 100% right. I hope, but I do think in terms of variance, which goalie is better top end is still Jack Campbell. So a part of me hopes he can, figure it out down
We've
the
seen a
stretch.
stretch out of Jack Campbell that we haven't seen out of Peter Mrazek in like 8 years. So like
Yeah.
I just don't think
Yeah.
it's there anymore. But like against the Red Wings, like that was just like he let in 5. I think like 4 of them are his fault. Just totally his. One of them so on the second goal, Detroit dumped it in like 3 times in a row. He played the puck beautifully. Looked on the forehand, sent it backhand. Puck ended up out of the zone. It was, I believe, 3 times in a row. The 4th time, he had the backhand open. He panicked on the forehand. Some guy came, he had the pressure, and then he tried to go glassing out. He fanned on it and just went tape to tape to the to the forward there. That was a tough look.
Yeah. And you could tell right afterwards
Yeah.
the way his body language and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. First goal was a bad rebound. Third one was a high tip. It went through him. He could have had that one.
I don't even know. Like it was barely tipped. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
like I could have stopped that.
Yeah.
He tracked it well.
He tracked it. He
and it
should have
just
stopped
went right
that.
through him.
Yeah. But if it's in your body, I feel like
Yeah.
you have to be able to tuck, right?
He should have.
Yeah.
He should have.
And the goal from
Fourth
the goal
one-
line, I don't even know what that
The
was.
fourth one was a big tip from Carter Rowney. You'll give him that one. Like that's okay. You gotta help him out there. The 5th one was just so bad, like just inexcusably bad. I can't. I have no words for it. Like so, when you say worst goaltending performance you've ever seen,
Overall, I'm not just saying him. I'm saying in the game.
In the
overall.
game, yeah.
You know, like from all 4 goalies.
it's one of the worst Leafs performances I've seen in the past few years.
Yep, I agree.
Like
We talked about it. There was one game
Yeah.
Michael Hutchinson played against the Rangers that literally
sparked the Jack
sparked
Campbell.
Jack Campbell being traded for an hour after the game.
I think Hutchinson played better in that game than
He probably did.
what Campbell did in this one. There was a David Riddick game last year that was just, I think, blatantly one of the worst performances I've ever seen. And then an Anderson performance here and there. I think against Calgary, one against Chicago, where, yeah. But this was for the record books, brother. It was terrible. But
this is why, like during our playoffs, if you guys listened last year, I said Vasilevsky's like already the best goalie of this generation because he's so remarkably consistent too. His worst save percentage in any of his 6 years as the primary starter is .917. That is his low end. Like, think about that. It's
disgusting.
You can't underestimate it.
But
And
move over. Is there a new king in town?
Right now there is. There is.
He's
I have a good stat for that. If we want to, do you want to have a little wrap up on the goalies, or is that?
I think
yes. I don't think the Leafs are going to be looking to trade for a goalie.
No, unless something drastic, unless their goaltending somehow gets worse from now till the trade.
Unless they shit the bed, like completely just shit the bed 4 games in a row, where it's like, can either of you do something? That's when like maybe they make a move. As of right now, though, I think it's going to be Petey's crease until further notice there.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? So, went through the goaltending. It's been terrible. Hopefully, it continues to roll. I've liked what I've seen from Peter Mrazek's last 2 starts. First one against the Wild, solid. Against the Capitals, okay. I'll give him a C+.
That's fair.
A C+ on that one. You want better goaltending in the playoffs, I understand, but
That's fair.
it was fair. It was whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So let's get into our biggest stat surfing yet. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who wants to start?